Oh, let me see. Is this testing? Is anyone here? It's always very tricky to get these lives set up and running. So where are you guys at? You could probably hear Joe in the background. He's doing coaching. I'm just going to see. So it's just showing. Is this working? It's so funny when we start these live sessions. Oh, where is this? This is working. Fran, you're here. Hey! Adele, Mary, all of you guys are here. Oh, I'm like, what is that? I could hear an echo. I had to get it up on my laptop as well because I don't trust the live chat, because how many times we've had issues with it, huh? You guys, it's so good to see you. Hi from London. So hello everyone. Hello from Chile, South America. Hello. Hi. God, you guys are amazing. Yes, about manifestation, about all sorts of things. It's going too quick for me. Because Kelly, do you know what, Kelly? I did wonder though. I was like, why did I set this for 8 o'clock? Because this is later than I normally would do it, you know. So it definitely is because of you. Thank you, Francesca. Thank you. Hi, everyone. So hello. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Salon, shama khub hasti? Yasu diganis, everybody. What else can I say? Hello. Hello. Wie geht es dir? Bonjour. Ça va muy bien, merci. Oh, it's so nice to see you guys. Hola, guapa. Chatori, Hadon. Wow, you know. Hello. Joseph, he's coaching at the moment, but you know, he might make a little appearance as well. I was scared I was miss it. I didn't realize you're in America. You got me. Hi from Sweden. Oh, do you know what? I don't even know how to greet in Sweden, or in what is that? Hello is it's Indonesian as well. Yara, my baby's here. Hi. It's changing. What's that, Bibu? Straight to the point answer. So essentially, manifesting is changing your inner world to what you want. Yes, and then it is reflected without. Outside world is always projection of inner self. Hi from Brazil. Wow, you guys are all over the place. Francesca, really? I don't know. I'm lazy makeup. Lazy makeup. When you guys ask me for like makeup things and tutorials on skincare and stuff, I'm just like literally, I'm the worst person you can ask. My mum is often telling me off for what I do. Can we manifest height too in mid-20s? I'm not sure I understand, but yeah, I mean, you guys have seen my video that I did on changing self, my physical self. Got movement with my manifestation today. Oh my God. Was that Fionn Rachel? Oh my goodness. I'm very excited for you, honey. Well, you're all getting movement. It's just that for a lot of you, your movement is not apparent yet. Can you hear me okay, by the way? I put the lapel mic on for a change. Just, I thought it might pick up less of the sound, especially if Joe's in there. San Francisco. Hey, Andrea from San Fran. Techniques, Bibu, like think of it like this. Techniques are basically like a boat or a bike or a car. It is your transportation from one state to another. It is not who you are. It is not necessarily needed, you know. Howdy from Texas. Howdy, partner. Oh, Callista, you're so sweet. Thank you. Dawn, how do I really get rid of negative? So do you mean like negative thoughts and stuff, Dawn, or is it that your circumstances that you're going through at the moment are quite negative? Because honestly, guys, I did a video today, but I filmed it today, but I won't release it until later. I've got my heated blanket, cozy autumnal evening with you guys. I think there's a misconception about we're meant to be happy all the time. If we're in the state, we're going to be happy all the time. We're going to be good spirits, and that everything is going to be working in our favor. But remember, we can't get rid of the negative. Like, there is no negative. We're here to have a human experience. And to be honest with you, I achieved a lot of my successes from the negative stuff that occurred. Adelina, but yeah, take yourself away from it. Just go within yourself. Realign yourself to what it is that you want. What do I want? Okay. Always your attention and focus is on what you want, not what you don't want. Do you remember that story? Which one's it? Neville's lectures. And it was the woman, the stubborn woman, who was like, she was really stubborn. She always knew what she wanted. And I think her husband was complaining about something that he wanted. And she was like, and complaining about what he didn't want, what was happening at work. And she was like, don't tell me about what you don't want. What do you want, kind of thing. And then she could imagine that. So we're always focusing on what we want, not what we don't want. So what I'm going to do is, I'm so behind. Hello, ciao, Mimi. ¿Cómo estai? Hey, success story. My surgeon said it will be fine. I was getting scared. It will be fine. And I affirmed and visualized. Yes, babe. I'm so proud of you. Wow, thank you, Shireen. Hi, beautiful, you're glowing. Thank you for all you do. Oh, Shireen, thank you so much, Angel. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate that so much. You guys are so sweet, so generous. God, thank you. Some of you have actually just taken it upon yourselves. I got an email and I was like, oh, what's this for? And literally it was like, thank you, here, buy a frabbe or something. I was like, you guys warm my heart. I really appreciate it, because I love spending time, because some of you were asking me if anyone could join the live, and so I didn't know you could do it any other way. All of you are welcome to join. All of you are welcome to ask questions, and I'll answer as many as I can. But do bear in mind, there's a lot of people on here. I'm blessed to have you all here. Does it make any difference in what language I do my affirmations? Not at all. Not at all, Sapadi. Do it as you want. But it's always what feels best to you and what helps you embody the state. Okay? Like I said, I never use affirmations. But if you are one to use them, then what helps you to feel it out, essentially. Can we have height too? Yeah. I have known people who have manifested things with regards to height. I can't speak from my own experience because I've never personally done that. But then I must change my height quite a bit without realizing it, because sometimes I go into small mode. I call it small mode. I just feel kind of like small. And Joe and even my ex used to say it a lot too, would be like, did you shrink? Why are you so small today? Literally, I'll have like small days. It's so interesting. So yeah, you can change anything. How can I share my story and get clarity? So have you got like a success story then you want to share? Like, anyone who's got success stories, email it directly to me. I don't care if you coached with me before or not. That's not what this is about. You see, the number of success stories I share on my channel are people who just watched the content, are people who they got success even before they knew about the law, before they even knew they were manifesting. Ah, honey, she got her coffee. She got her coffee. Hey. So it's so nice to meet you guys. God, I want to read all of these. Slow down, peeps. So now, maybe if I look on my laptop, maybe that will help. See that? So why manifesting an ex back so hard? What is that? It's tried so hard to love myself first, but it doesn't seem to move. Remember, Revi, it's not about loving yourself. Doesn't matter. SP doesn't care if you love yourself or not. It's about how do you view yourself in relation to them. You know what? Our focus and attention is on the wrong place. How many of you manifesting SPs? How many of you? It is always our focus and attention is on the wrong place when we're manifesting something with a specific person. What I mean by that is that people are focusing on the specific person themselves, what they're not doing, what's going wrong. The attention and focus is always on yourself, and is always on how do you perceive yourself in relation to this desire? How do you see yourself in relation to this person? Where are we going? So you don't need to love yourself, because I've even proved it enough times. Joseph has as well. been in situations of depression or just feeling kind of crappy about yourself, I still got my SP back. You know, I didn't mind. He didn't mind, and he hated himself, and I absolutely adored him. So it's not about self-love. Sending love and good vibes from Croatia. Pico, thank you so much. You guys are so sweet with the donations and that. I mean, those of you who are donating, I don't know if you were doing it, do you want to ask a question? You're just doing it to be sweet. I love you. I love you guys. I'm trying to manifest a date with a really cute guy at my gym, but he suddenly disappeared from my gym completely. What could be wrong? Who says that there's anything wrong? We're too quick to judge a 3D, guys. We're too quick to judge it. What was I saying in my vid? Joe and I like have so many conversations about this. Sometimes I say to him, I wish that we could film or record our conversations because they're really, really interesting. I think, Ellie, I think you were asking about if we were going to do like a podcast thing. I keep on saying to him about we should do something like that. We've just been so busy. But you see, like, negative things that occur are not necessarily negative, right? So I'm manifesting someone and they're pulling away, or there's a third party, or this, like at the gym and now they're not there. Well, what do I make that mean? Does that mean I'm not going to get what I want? Does that mean that things aren't working in my favor? Because I don't know the bridge. I don't know what's happening with this person. What if this person just turns up all of a sudden? I've got this with another person. She's someone who has, she's coached with me, and she coached with Joe back in the day as well. Sweet girl. In fact, they still keep in touch. And she came recently because she's a flight attendant. She came and she met us up for a coffee and that. You know who you are, darling, if you're watching this. And she had an SP, this guy that she had met in Greece. And when I tell you that everything seemed to be going against it, it was like, well, I don't even know this guy. Is just someone I saw. And then it's, what's the chance am I going to see him again? Like, literally, again, focusing on everything she didn't want. Okay, we're not focusing on the problems. We're not focusing on what's missing. We're focusing on ourselves, occupying the state of who do we want to be. And we're keeping to that, even in the 3D absence. Okay, so hi, Atiam, Marissa. Hello, guys. So I'm going to try and... what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and answer as many questions, but I'm going to try and do like, I'm going to try and make it fair so I can answer each person, at least everyone can get a go at asking a question, because I sometimes get the same people ask the same, questions and that. So I'll try and do it that way. What do you guys reckon? Constance, you're here, babe. So what's happened, Callista? How do you handle rejection when you're around your SP in person? Do I ignore him and be confident? Should I talk to him like he's secretly in love with me? You see, one thing I say, guys, don't focus too much on your behavior. Again, wrong place to focus on. We're too focused on, I get this so many times, what should I do? How should I act around my SP? Should I ignore them? Should I block them? Should I pretend like everything is okay? I'm not going to tell you guys what to do, because your higher self determines what it is you're meant to do. Your state determines your actions and your thoughts. So if you're occupying the right state, doesn't matter what the hell you do or say, it's always going to be working in your favor. But remember, if you are worried about how to behave, it doesn't matter what behavior you have. Just trust that it is working out for you still. Just enjoy life. Just be yourself. As you're your true, authentic self, so what? There's nothing that you can do to ruin this past the point of ever being able to have it. So you might as well just be yourself and have fun too. But you see, the version of me who doesn't believe I'm worthy of anything with my SP might interpret some of his actions and behaviors a certain way, and that will be projected out there, and I'll get triggered by little things like he didn't message me straight away. It was like my client, I don't know if are you on here tonight, honey? My client, she got caught up in this whole thing of like what actions she should do, and then, okay, he behaved unfavorably. Shall I revise it? Shall I affirm over it? Should I do all these other techniques? And I'm like, girl, like, stop, just leave it alone. Just live your life. You've planted the seed, you've accepted, it's done. She was too busy focused on doing techniques because she was focused on everything that was missing, everything that he wasn't doing yet, that she lost sight of it all. Just too focused on techniques. Wait a minute. You've got so much stuff in your favor here. Just pause and take a look at everything that's working in your favor right now. And then very naturally you're going to be moved to take action. And she was just like, today she was just telling me like she felt a weight lifted off her shoulder, because we did some challenge work, and I really challenged her beliefs. And that a lot of people say that to me, it's like a weight has been lifted off, because I think a lot of you feel like you've got to keep doing stuff and making things happen, and I've got to analyze every movement, and I've got to analyze no, when did you ever do that in the first place? Why are we doing it now? After, let's see, Marina, can you tell us the story of an SP coming back after a really bad breakup? Oh, honey, there's loads of them. I don't know if you've seen there's a client of mine. So she is still on her SP journey, but do you remember I got her to share her success story of how she manifested her ex back numerous times? Okay, so the reason she came to me is not because she has any issue manifesting this guy in. She's got issue in keeping him. So that's why she's come to me, and that's what she's been shifting. But I told her, can you share your story? Because it was ridiculous, the kind of things that were happening, the kind of arguments they were having, and then the police were involved, and then there was a third party, and then she's the one who printed up reams and reams of whatever it was, papers of communication or conversations that she was having with her ex, and she gave it to the third party to prove that. It was like really messy. It was really messy. It didn't matter. Oh, Faislin, thank you, darling. I'm so glad. The physical transformation video really seemed to help a lot of you guys out. I'm so pleased about that. I promise you, I'm going to share you more from my personal experiences, because I'm not, like I say, I'm not regurgitating. I'm not just here to recite Neville's teachings and stuff. I have lived this for a long time. I've got so many stories to share with you. And I'm here to tell you as well, your bridges are not going to be perfect. And none of you are going to be perfect. And I'm not perfect. And we're always going to make mistakes with it. And we're always going to encounter negative things. We just are. Remember, it's not negative. Everything's neutral. But you are going to encounter things that really challenge you. And it's not about stopping that. And it's not about controlling other people's behavior. And because you can't control other people's behavior. What it is about is you can control yourself and how you perceive things. And do you choose to make this mean that you're failing, that it's not working in your favor? Or do you choose to be the victor? Are you the victim or are you the victor? That's the question. When, stuff happens that you don't like, am I just going to collapse and curl into a ball and be like, that's the end of it? Or I'm going to be like, you know what? No, enough is enough. Victim mode. That's not what I meant. What is it? Villain mode. It's all the V's. Oh my goodness. Dawn, hi. Oh my goodness. Guys, slow down. Dawn, how do you manifest by a deadline? You know what? Manifestations on a deadline can be quite a tricky thing, because what happens is we place a lot of pressure on ourselves. And that's a really hard thing. So have I manifested things on a deadline? Yes. As you know, when I had gone into a situation of financial difficulty, yes, happens to the best of us, even the most seasoned manifestors. Like I say, not any single one of us is exempt from experiencing bad things. I'm always going to be honest with you guys. That's my pledge. You're going to have nothing but 100% honesty and truth, right? So a couple of years ago, everything went to hell. And financially, it put me in a predicament. And I knew that, okay, come November, come December, I have a mortgage to pay. It needs to be paid at a certain time. And so I needed to manifest that was going to be paid, right? I was very passive. Like I said, I'm quite a lazy manifestor a lot of the times. And you can see I don't do many money manifestation videos, mostly because money's not a big passion of mine. All I've ever wanted was enough to be financially free. I don't care about millions and stuff like that. I just like to be comfortable. So I don't have many resistances when it comes to money. I just knew that it's taken care of and the money will find a way to me at the right time. And I just accepted that. And so that's what happened. My very first SP, who I manifested back, came out of the woodwork and gave me 700 quid. There it was, right in time for me to pay my mortgage. And then come December, because my business wasn't up and running, like wasn't flourishing at that time, an old client who's also a friend as well, comes to me, and again, the money came in. I just trusted that it was all going to work out at the right time. Because that's what I could see. I couldn't see any other way. Every seed, every vision has its appointed hour. It will ripen, it will flower. If it be long, then wait, for it is sure, and it will not be late. That means that seed will always be birthed at the right time. So if there is a deadline, like I need to pass this exam, okay, there's going to be a deadline for it. I'm not concentrating on the deadline. I'm concentrating on the fact that I have passed this specific exam, and that's what I'm occupying. But don't be setting yourself deadlines for the sake of setting yourself deadlines because you're impatient. Because what you potentially do is you derail yourself. What happens when you don't meet the deadline? What happens if your seed was meant to take longer and you were trying to control time, right? We're going to get derailed. We're going to be disappointed. It's going to mess us up. So I don't tend to set deadlines, but that's something to keep in mind if you do have a deadline. It's never going to be late. Sarah, you're going to do, what did you say, Sarah? Where is it? I've lost you now. I think you said, are you going to do a live hypnosis? What, tonight? Or just general? Roberta, if you're asking the universe for a sign, why do you want to manifest signs, darling? I get that, and I used to do it. I'm always going to be honest with you guys. I used to do it because the external validation, come on, we're human, right? We all like a little something to know it's working in our favor. But don't be put off. Please don't be put off about manifesting signs, and because you don't want signs. I'm sure you want something else. And if you want, you see, Joseph did a video on the list method. It's something that he's coined, the list method. He's got a very structured way of doing it. So many people in our Discord chat have been talking about it because they've been utilizing it. And we've got a Discord room whereby we share success stories. And people are sharing these successes so random. These things are incredible from this list method. That to me is the best sign you can have that the law is always working in your favor. Imagine that. You just keep on getting these random things occurring for you. That's the best sign, isn't it? Because I can manifest that I see a blue butterfly, and that's going to be my sign that everything's working out with my SP journey, for example. But if I'm still not occupying the state of, yes, me and my SP are going to be together, I can feel that, I've accepted that, I can see all the blue butterflies in the world, and it's not going to make a difference, right? The real sign is your shift in state internally. Thank you so much, hon. The eyeshadow. Wait, what is my eyeshadow? I think it's like gray. Oh, that's it, group hypnosis. I was super laser focused on manifesting my new SP, who I manifested into my life. But, oh, hang on. Damn, I lost it. Where's it gone? Oh, I can't keep up. Guys, I love you. I really can't keep up. Amber, what's it like watching tarot readings? I've been watching a lot recently, trying to find validation. That I can understand as well. How many of you have gotten stuck in the whole tarot readings? How many of you are actually addicted to it? Do you know I've coached many people? Thank you, Roberto. Roberto, if you did you send that donation for a question, honey? And if you did, can you ask me again, or I will try and find it. So I'm just going to answer this quickly about tarot cards. I have tarot cards, right? Always had them for you as well, Tom, right? A lot of people do say they get addicted to it. I deal with a lot of people who are addicted to it and have spent a fortune on tarot readers, psychics. There's a girl in our group. I don't know, hun, if you're on here. I'm not going to call you out because I don't want to call people out. But she had, a lot of issue with, was it psychics, shamans, who will tell you, like, I've got this gift and I'm going to tell you. Now, the thing is, if I'm looking at someone who is in a situation of what I deem as authority, like a doctor or a psychologist or a tarot reader, right? To me, this is a person of authority. I believe in tarot readers. I believe that people can predict the future. So I go to them and I trust them, what they say. And then what happens is they give you a reading. Now, what if the reading is something that you don't like? and this is a reflection of your fear, in which case you end up manifesting that outcome. That has happened. The only reason people manifest this outcome, like when doctors say you've only got a month to live, we end up manifesting that outcome, right? Whereas people who reject it and are like, that's not my truth, that's your truth, but that's not my truth and I don't accept it, they're the ones who don't manifest it, who extend past. I mean, how many people have been told, yeah, I was told I was going to have a month to live and I'm still here. And my friend was told he was terminal for cancer. He's completely healed. You would never know that he was sick, right? So we're not taking on other people's readings. No one can read you but yourself. No one can read you but yourself. No one knows you like you know yourself, okay? And a tarot reader or psychic or whatever you want to call them, right? All they can read is themselves, because I can only experience life through myself. I can't experience it through any other way. So what they're doing is they're reading themselves, their interpretation of the cards. There's a million different interpretations of these cards, right? And so because of that, I can get one reading from one tarot reader, one reading from another. It's never really consistent. I had that with one client who was told by numerous tarot readers and psychics, your SP is not coming back. And she would get upset and derailed. And I would have to counteract this every time and knock some sense into this girl. And guess who came back? 2 years later, guess who got back in touch, right? So all those tarot readers and psychics were wrong. I said, you decided there is no future to predict. There's only now. And they can only pick up your state now. And they can only pick up through their own limiting beliefs. Because I've heard of psychics and tarot readers. If you look at the way they're reading some of the cards, they're reflecting themselves, their insecurities, their beliefs about men, their beliefs about SP manifestation and stuff. That's all they can reflect. So what's the point in going to someone else to tell you something that you might then end up manifesting, especially if it's negative, right? So they're not going to tell you anything. They're not going to tell you anything of any use. You tell yourself that, right? Be your own psychic. That's why I say be your own psychic. A few of you look like you have also mentioned that you have been caught up in the addiction of psychics. And it causes a lot of fear, doesn't it, really? I mean, Nangon, you said you were addicted to psychics as well. And that's the thing. I mean, I don't ever go on it. If you think of it as well, how can it be that these one card pulls, well, how can it be that it's reading you? There's like billions of people watching the same thing. How can it be that this card is for you? This card is for the next. It's a little bit like when you know, the little like astrology readings and and I'm showing my age here, but going on to like magazines and like, oh, let's see what's going to happen to Taurus this month. It was just so ridiculous because it's like, oh my goodness, every single Taurus in every single country all over the world is going to have a really bad month at work. And honestly, it is what you make it, but you will always interpret what other people say and your beliefs and their beliefs and stuff. You will always interpret through your concept of self. So they're interpreting it through their concept, and then you're interpreting their reading through your concept. Like I say, you can do without it. Exactly. So you as well, Jules, you were addicted to tarot readings, but no joke. Literally the day I found your channel, I stopped. I'm a tarot reader too, but with manifestation, it's all you. You're the only tool you need. Jules, you're amazing. I love you, Jules. You know what? I see you in my comments all the time. It's so true, guys. Please be your own psychic, okay? I sought the readings for comfort. Absolutely, Thorn. And I get that too. But remember, if we're consistently looking on the outside for comfort, then we are not it. You know, and it's only when we become it. I mean, for example, think of it like this. You want to have, and look, don't get me wrong. You don't have to believe 100% in your manifestations. You're not going to. It's impossible. A lot of the times we have these ideas in our mind that we, you know, we put out there to whatever, the universe or God, whatever you want to call it, right? And we have no real proof that it can even come to be. So it's hard to have 100% faith in it, right? But you have faith in yourself, you can achieve it, and then you just dare to assume it anyway. Like, you know what, I've got the conviction that I'm going to be it. A bit like, my name is Athena. If a day goes by that somebody doesn't call me by name, I don't suddenly cease to be Athena. I don't suddenly question myself. I'm not there going, I need someone to call me Athena today to give me that external validation. I don't need that. I've gotten to that level of comfort within myself that I am that. There's nothing to prove that I am that, right? But that's the label I'm going to give myself, and that's just what I'm going to stick to, right? So that's another way to look at it, right? Have that conviction. You don't have to agree. You don't have to believe 100%, but have a conviction. I just dare to assume it anyway, and I'm daring to stick to it anyway. Jumper, hi babe. Thank you for the donation. I said, if you want dollars in an SP, should you use one scene or two? I prefer to do one at a time. You can go to bed, right? Say any of you are feeling crummy, because we all get like that, right? I'm feeling crappy. I've gone to bed. I've had a really bad day, and my boss said this, and someone rear-ended me, and it's just been rubbish. And I can go to bed and I can relive the day as it was, or I can be like, again, turn my attention and focus to what it is that I want, not what I don't want. And what I want is to know that everything is working out for me, because I've got desires for financial abundance, for health, for, love, right? So I can go to bed with that feeling that everything's working out for me. That encompasses that's a mood that, right, everything, okay? That encompasses everything, the money manifestation, the SP. But also, because each desire has its own specific mood, and imagination is about stepping there so that I'm not lacking anymore, I can become it, right? Then it makes more sense for me to have separate scenes. And what I tend to do is I might do a manifestation about money where I'm like, yes, that financial abundance, and I can feel that, and I feel what it's like to have money. That's what I've always done with money. Just what's it like to feel financially free? I don't have to worry about bills. I don't have to worry. I want to go on holiday. I can. I want to feed Coco gourmet food. I can. That's what it's like when I break it down. I feel that. And then a few nights later of doing that, maybe I'll just go into a love scene. Maybe I'm feeling sauce one evening, and I want to have a little scene with my, Gomez and Morticia scene or something, whatever, you know what I mean, though. But that's how I prefer to do it, one at a time. But you can do one that encompasses everything. It's really up to you. Yep, Tommy, Trevor Emden, I don't know who that is, but he manifested from belief, like no imagination, no affirmations, no. And I've shared stories like that too, and I've shared my own, where I just decided. A lot of you have done that. You literally just made a decision. You know what? Next year, I'm going to Spain. I've just decided. Okay, well, that is a manifestation, right? When you go there and you're there, because as soon as you've made that decision, I'm there. As soon as I'm like now, I said that I'm going to Spain. You know what? I'm there on the beach of Spain right now. I placed myself there and I've made a decision. That's what it's going to be. So you can manifest just by making a strong decision. You know what? This is my last cigarette. This is it. Strong decision. End of, Waffle Truffle, thank you so much, babe. Thank you so much for the donation. Thank you, guys. I mean, those of you who are donating, if it was for a question or something, please feel free to ask. I'm not very tech savvy. So, I don't know what's going on half the time. You manifested moving to Spain, MDK. There you go. And I kept wondering why I keep using Spain as an example lately. I used to work in Spain. I worked there for 6 months. That was a manifestation of mine too, because it was always my dream to be able to go and work abroad and be I was like an entertainer and stuff. You know what? One of my most successful manifestations as well, which I had since childhood, I had a dream that I always wanted to be a presenter of some kind, or a performer. I want to be in front of an audience, feel a kind of celebrityness, except I didn't want to be a celebrity. I would look at some of the celebrities and what they go through, and I'm like, no. Plus, I would be very shy in front of cameras and stuff. And I said that intention. I actually went on a few auditions, even for MTV. Do you guys remember? Is She MTV? There was that audition that went on. I queued up for hours to present with the likes of Richard Blackwood, who back then was a really big MTV presenter. And I even did for BBC, children's BBC as well, auditioned. Didn't get anywhere. 3D was telling me no, impossible, too much competition. Everyone wants to be a presenter. You're not going to get to feel that. But you know what? As the years progressed, I got into more and more cases, like working in Spain in front of an audience. Then I was getting filmed. Then I was getting recognized. Then I was being asked for my autograph. I was like, this is manifestation of my childhood dream. Like, this was the experience I wanted to feel, you know. It wasn't exactly as I imagined, but the experience was the same. And then I said to Joseph, I was like, recently that's been happening too, because we've been recognized out on the streets a couple of times. And you feel it when you coach people and they're like, oh my God, you know, this feels so weird because I've been watching you on your channel. I was like, this is a manifestation that I set in my teens and now in my 40s is still being manifest. So you see, guys, and I forgot about it, to be honest. I gave up. Do you remember Conscious Reclamation? You remember Richard Blackwood then? Isn't that hilarious? I wasn't sure if anyone would remember. But thank you, Rabia. I appreciate that. You and Joseph are the best ones here, I must say, after joining you especially. Things have been really easy regarding manifestation. That's my aim. This should be easy for all of you. This is the Academy of Success. I was just thinking, should I change the name of the channel? Should it be like Athena's Academy of Success or something like that? Like, I want to put all of you in the success mindset, okay? Because why do you think I post up people's success stories? Why do you think I'm getting all of you? Every single one. There's 200 odd of you right now watching this, okay? Every single one of you is sitting on numerous success stories. What's incredible is that you don't seem to know it. It's like I coach with people. I'm like, why haven't you shared that? Sometimes I go as far as to say, guys, why are you here? Why are you coaching with me? You're incredible. Like, you've done this. You know this. And they don't realize. They don't realize. I mean, did you know how many of you were manifesting SPs right now? Guess what? All of you have successfully manifested love and a specific person. All of you have, every single one of you. How do you think you got that SP in the first place? It's a manifestation. Probably when you least expected it, right? You weren't even trying for it, right? You didn't even know about it, right? Look at that. Look at what you did. And do you mean to tell me you can't do it again? What about those of you who have had like wealth before, or you've been in good health always and you might be going through a glitch now? Well, guess what? You've had it before. You had health before. You had wealth before, you know? I'm a huge star in my country, been manifesting it since childhood, but sometimes when you get your manifestation, you realize it's not what your soul wants. Pico, I like 100%, I do agree, and I do realize that as well. There's been times when I have manifested a specific person back in my life, and then I realize that's actually not what I wanted. Because you'll be surprised, you know, of course, I have people who are curious, they're curious to know. You manifested this specific person back and had a relationship. Well, what's happened? Why are you still not together? Well, first of all, as you get older, your taste changes. Mine certainly does. So I didn't want to keep it on anymore. But, you know, secondly, I realized as well, some of them, when they came back, I was like, actually, I don't actually want to be with you in that way. You know, I've kept them as friends and stuff. But I realized that sometimes a lot of the things we manifest is, we're manifesting to experience a feeling. That's what we're doing. All of you are chasing a feeling. And you think in obtaining the money, obtaining the SP, obtaining whatever, the look, the physique, that I'm going to feel a certain way. And I want to feel that now. That's what we're doing. We're all chasing a feeling. So it's not even the specific outside source. You know, that's why we gift ourselves everything now, gift ourselves the feeling. And that's why sometimes when we get our SP or we get our outcome, we're kind of like, actually, this isn't really what I wanted. Actually, this wasn't really the feeling I was after. Have any of you been through that situation? I'd be curious to know. Let me see, your videos were a great tool for me. I'm so happy to hear that. I try and make my videos like a little coaching pep talk. Have you noticed? And my this one that I just did as well is no exception. I really went to town and I was like, is this a rant video? Like, I was really, because I was passionate about it. And the reason I was so passionate about it is because I see the other side. I see the destruction that is caused to people's lives when they believe they have to be perfect. And you believe that if you have a good self-concept, you're not going to encounter horrible people, negative circumstances. You're not going to encounter your SP saying the opposite of what you want to hear. Wait a minute. But I thought my SP was going to tell me, I was convinced they were going to tell me they love me. I was convinced they changed their mind, and they haven't. Why? You guys have put too much pressure on yourselves to be perfect, right? And you guys have put too much pressure on yourselves to think and believe that you can control people's actions. You can't control what people do. You control your perception of them. And then you start to reveal that side of them, which can affect their actions. Yes, but I'm not controlling everyone's behavior. I'm not controlling you guys, what you're typing in the comments and how quickly you're typing. I can't control any of that. You know, you're all living your own world, but I can control my perception, what I see, what I don't see, what is filtered into my reality and what is filtered out of it again. Do you know what I mean? How do you let go of spite towards an SP, Sid? Forgive and be sure they won't hurt you again. I mean, I think you'd mentioned before as well, Sid, about being like in an abusive situation and that. I mean, I always. So, you know, you can manifest a specific person, and you know that you can manifest a version of your specific person that treats you differently, right? That gives you a different experience. You're giving yourself that experience. You're not waiting for them to give you that experience. However, just because we can manifest a conformed version, a different experience, does not mean that it's always healthy for us to do so in terms of our mental well-being. And as someone who is a mental health practitioner above all, I know some people like to think I'm a specialist of SPs. I get a lot of SP manifestations, people coaching with me for that, yes. But the reason for that is because the emotional turmoil, the mindset change, that's what the modalities of therapy are for. But my priority for all of you is your mental well-being above everything else. And I consider you a success when your mental well-being is up there, right? So sometimes it's not healthy for us. If it's someone who is abusive, instead of trying to stay in a situation and trying to change their behavior and revise it and that, get yourself out of it, put yourself in a safe space. And then from then, maybe you can. You see, if you're talking about forgiveness and you're struggling with that, you're not forgiving them for what they've done. You can't control their behavior as such. You control your perception of it. And it's like me with my ex. He assaulted me in the worst possible way that a guy could assault a woman, right? And he played his part perfectly because that was my bridge to success. I see that now. I have no resentment towards him. No resentment, no anger. At first I did. Yes, I'm a human being. At first I did. You bet your ass I did. But then if I'm imagining my end, if I'm seeing myself that everything's worked out for me, if I'm seeing myself as the victor instead of the victim, then what is there to forgive? Why do I need to forgive them in any way? I've forgiven myself, and now I'm not feeling I'm not holding on to the anger. I'm forgiving for myself. I'm not forgiving them, their actions and what they did, and saying, yeah, it's okay. You slap me on one cheek, go and slap me on the other. No, go to hell. Like, no, I will forgive myself. And then everything else is just taken care of. So if you're imagining your end, then you don't have to worry about, forgive. I must forgive them. I must force myself. No. You don't have to force yourself to do anything. And sometimes it's just not healthy for us to do so mentally. I mean, even Neville Goddard was saying, if anyone hurt him or his daughter, he would kill them. This is Neville Goddard, right? He's not there trying to revise and change the person that hurt his daughter or his wife, sorry. He's not there trying to revise it and to change it and self is pushed out, let me push out love. No, he said, I will kill them. Why? Because we're human and we're having a human experience. And sometimes, is it worth it, you know? Does that make sense, actually, guys? Does that surprise any of you guys? Or have you just thought that you should try and revise and change everyone in your reality? Or is it just about live and let live? And sometimes we accept that negative people exist because they're playing a very important role in our bridge of events. They're teaching us things about ourselves. That's what they're doing, you know? AMM2 was that so far the opposite is manifesting in my girlfriend's better job manifestation. They're making her work 7 days a week. I'm thinking this is part of her bridge to get out. I believe so too, hum. I believe so too. Remember, bridge of events. It's not obvious, is it? I mean, you saw my story, guys, with the car, my dream car. By the way, that was a car that I didn't know even existed. I didn't know that they do two-seater sporty minis. They don't make them anymore. I think there was a small window of opportunity that they started to make those minis. Enough for me to be able to get one and fulfill my wish. But you see what happens as well. Look. Listen to me. Do you realize how powerful all of you are? That your intention can influence other people's actions. Now look, we don't control other people's actions in the sense that they are puppets. Okay, we don't control what they do, every single thing that they do, every single thing they say. No. But my intention set will have an influence on them, will be pushed, will make them be moved to take an action that seems quite natural to them, like the people who then decided to manufacture a two-seater Mini, especially for me. That's why my bridge of events to my dream car actually took quite a few years. And then the rest of you know the story. It got one Mini, wasn't my dream car, and then it set itself on fire so I could get my dream car, because that was the perfect time to get my dream car. No, in fact, and as well, and what's important to remember, and you make a good point, Joy and Pride. Our bridge doesn't have to be negative. There is no such thing as good and bad. It's neutral. We're the ones who apply the meaning to it. So your bridge can be anything. Like my bridge to my car setting on fire. Is that a negative thing? No, it turned out to actually be perfect. But some people might view that as a negative thing, right? It really is about perception. Not all bridges that you encounter are going to be hardcore, crazy things happen, okay? Not all bridges that you encounter are going to be like that. I will put that out to you, right? But everything's in existence now, and you don't control the bridge. You control your perception of it, and your assumptions will be reflected in your bridge of events, okay? So that's something to remember. Exactly, Alana Morrow. It would be too exhausting to revise every bad thing. And again, if there are no bad things, if everything that is happening is part of the greater good, which it is, everything is good. In God's eyes, everything is good, right? It is complete, it is finished, and it is good. Then it is good. Whether it's something that hurts us or not, it's still good, right? If you can hear, is there coaching away? Question, Lisa, how do we know when to do an imaginary scene versus writing it down? Lisa, it's up to you, hon. It's up to you. There's no right or wrong about it. The main thing is what helps you to shift your state. What helps you to go from I don't have, I cannot fathom it, to you know what, screw it, I have it, I can see myself having it. Yeah, why can't I have it? I'm just going to dare to assume I have it anyway. What helps you most? For some people, it's scripting. For some people, it's like meditation. Some people like hypnosis. What do you prefer? Can we assume that the manifestation is on the way, like an Amazon order? Absolutely, Nightmare Horror. Absolutely. You know, if that helps you set into the state, if I assume it's coming, then anything that life throws at me, all right. It's part of my bridge. I mean, look how many years, though, it took for my childhood dream about being in front of camera, presenting, that sort of feeling of a celebrity. How many years that took to manifest? I mean, I forgot about it. At no point was I there saying it's not going to happen, it's not working, and that. I just, in some ways, actually, I did give up after a while. I stopped going to auditions and I stopped trying. It's a bit like the weight loss journey that I went on as well. As soon as I stopped trying and just accepted, okay, you know, it's done. I'd occupied that state enough times. My body and my world found a way to guide me there. Always, always. You cannot escape your manifestations. Even if you decide I've given up on it now, whatever, it's not going to happen. You've impressed yourself with it. It's going to find its way to you. Even if it has to put you through hell to show it to you, it's going to be like, here it is. Here it is. You've got it. This is what you wanted. Exactly. Without the negative, how do we grow positively? Thank you, thank you. I notice sometimes I don't get a manifestation. Universe sends me something better. So how do I know my self-concept is not at pair with a current manifestation versus universe literally has something better? I mean, that's a very law of attraction viewpoint. And it's not a bad thing to believe in, okay, this or something better, because at least from a mental health mindset perspective, I'm not putting my eggs in one basket and then putting myself in a scarcity mindset, which adds a lot of pressure. I am being open to this or something better. Who doesn't want something better, right? Although at the time we think that we don't, because you know, we think we don't want something better because, say, if it's like that SP, no, we want that. It has to be that specific person, right? But there's I'm I mean, that's the thing. If I've got the mindset that it's that or something better, and I notice that the universe sends me something else, it's that awareness that is what is perpetuating this. But if I'm stating like this is what I want, and I feel this is my outcome, like I've never noticed the that or something better. I've just always noticed that things are always what do you call it? Things are always working out for me, you know. So yeah, and I've always gotten what I've wanted. Or right, it doesn't manifest always exactly as I've imagined it, but the feeling, the experience that has been impressed has been manifest. I have a feeling. Oh, I've lost it. I think, when will you be reading SP success stories? Also, I have a success story. Remember, 2 days back, I told you I was worried about what my doctor said, but the surgeon said, "Where's the rest of it? I'm nice. I want to see now." Would you guys want me to read a success story? I'm trying to think, actually, how can I access them? I have on my website, I do post up your success stories. For those of you who, I don't care if it was a success story that you got before you knew about the law. Was it through watching one video? Was it through coaching? Was it something you just did on your own? Like I say, every single one of you is a success. It's my intention on this channel to put you into a success mindset. And what better way than to see other people's success stories? I mean, that's the one thing I love about our Discord community. We've got a room for people's success stories. And some of them are so ridiculous now, but it makes me feel so happy because it's a constant daily. I mean, what happens if you've got a constant daily reminder that, my God, we really do control other people. Like, I just changed the law. I changed the way the legal system works for victims of domestic abuse. I just did that. Or I got confirmation. But for a whole year, it was happening, and I didn't know it was happening. I had confirmation a few months back, right? This is what I mean. This is how powerful you are. You will move mountains. You will move people. You will move circumstances. You will move regulations. You will move, sorry, all the buzzing is happening. You will move all of this stuff, okay? This is how powerful you guys are. So dare to assume it and surround yourself with success stories. This is the Academy of Success, like I'm calling it. Every single one of you is a success, has been a success, will be a success again, are a success right now. You just are. You just are it. I wish you would all accept it for yourself, because you are just going to see more and more success, not just that of other people, but yourself. Start to notice it. Maybe I should start impressing things on you guys so you can see, like, oh my God, like the video I did about lemons, when I was using that as an example, the amount of people that said they were manifesting lemons, and my neighbor came with a bag full of lemons, and I just realized that I had all these lemons, and even I started manifesting lemons after that video. I manifest the text. Oh, okay. Yeah, try and avoid manifesting texts, guys, unless that's literally all you want, okay? That's something to keep in mind. I have manifested texts from SPs a couple times. You think I would learn my lesson, right? This is why I share it with you guys, because I'm like, don't make the same mistakes I did. Please don't make the same mistakes I did. I manifested a text. Right, so I manifested from one guy. I remember this clearly, and I've shared this already. Manifested him saying, I love you, and him saying, I miss you. So I think it was the text that said, I missed you. And I could hear him say, I love you. But there was nothing about that that suggested we were in a relationship, because people say, I love you all the time, right? And the text, I miss you, really just assumes that we have not been in contact, and he's texting me to say he misses me, right? But it doesn't imply that he and I get in a loving relationship. Now, fortunately, I didn't care too much about this guy. I didn't care about getting in a relationship with him. But my manifestation came about exact. So exact, I started laughing when that text message came through with the kid, like 4 kisses. I was very precise to him, them saying, I love you. And I thought, yeah, I've realized what I did then. But like I say, I wasn't too bothered, because I didn't really know what I wanted. I didn't go as far as the relationship. And so please don't manifest a text unless that's literally all you want, because you'll get that, and then you'll get disappointed after a while when it doesn't manifest as something more. I know you post success stories on your website, but I love it when you read it. Oh, I love you. I'm nice. I will. I mean, I don't know if any of you want me to read a success story. I can have a look on my website, maybe pick out one of the success stories there. I wanted to read out one of the success stories. Actually, let me see if I can do it here. I wanted to read out a success story from a few people who were in the Discord chat. There was some amazing, like what I call miracle success stories, health related success stories. Some of them have already achieved SP success stories. They were my clients who achieved SP success. And I tell you to look at them and to read them. Like, I wanted to read them out to you guys. But because I'm on here, because I'm on my phone, I'm using my phone, I can't access the Discord. Otherwise, I would read one out to you there. But I'm just going to see if I can, because there was something I asked Thingy to do for me. Where is it? There is this little snippet of a book that I wanted to read to you guys. Oh, for God's sake, why does it say... Oh, I wanted to read it out for you guys. I can't believe this has happened. Okay. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to find it again, and I'm going to do it maybe in the next video or something. What's really interesting is that manifestations of specific people seems to be something that is pushed away. Have any of you guys noticed that? I noticed that we're always trying to be silenced. I've had that with naysayers and that trying to silence, with the success stories, trying to put people down, trying to say that people didn't achieve that success. I've seen it in books, that the success stories with SPs and husbands and stuff have been retracted out of the books, like Genevieve Barron's book. You know how difficult it has been for me to find a success story online, the PDF, or not success story, her book, right, which has not had this particular success story regarding a woman manifesting her husband. Every time I look at this book, I know it exists. I know it exists in the actual book, but when I've been looking online just to read that snippet out, it's been taken out. It's been taken out. And now Joe found a link to it that I was like, great, I can share this with everyone. And I was going to read that out to you now. And I went into the link just now. It was working the other day. Now it's like 404 error. It's been removed. That's why I'm saying, like, you guys, don't be silenced. Share your success. I don't care how you got it, but share that you're a success and show that this works. Because I suppose there are forces, there are naysayers, there are stuff that is going to try and silence you and silence what you're capable of. And I think a lot of it is to do maybe with fear, which I understand as well. It can be quite scary, is the idea that you can manifest a person, and some people are like, oh, what is this black magic and everything? But you know how this works. We're not controlling anyone's behavior. We're controlling ourselves and our perception and revealing a new side to them. That's all we're doing. Talulu is the Salulu. Alan, I prefer to decree and declare with passion. Alana, what did you share a success up here? Whilst I was waffling away, what have I missed? I wake up listening to your SP success stories on repeat, and mind you, I never hear anything on repeat. Oh, you are so sweet. Oh, the favorite one was the ED. Yeah, I mean, that girl, talk about be careful what you wish for. That client of mine who manifested that I think she had manifested, she had put down that my SP doesn't find anyone else attractive or doesn't get aroused by anyone else but me. And he was in a relationship with a third party. And I'm there thinking, well, of course he's going to have been intimate with this third party. But I tell you what, I mean, she's a better manifester than I am. She manifested that not only could he not get intimate with the third party, that he had erectile dysfunction, and so he couldn't get intimate with anyone else. But the thing is, that also meant that when he came back to her, he couldn't get intimate with her for quite a while. And she did get upset about that. But of course, now Bridget's worked out perfectly. He's been medicated. Everything is fine. I should check in on her, actually. I haven't spoken to her for ages. But, oh, my prayer for my home with no money was a prayer like this. God, I am buying my home with the currency of faith, as I don't have rands. Then one day I got an idea, which led me to the money I received. That is beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that. I mean, do any of you guys, anyone else have any sort of successes you would like to share? My SP is doing the same. Text, love you, miss you, I want you, but no meetup. What conversation will imply that we are together in person, not romantic pen pals? So, Illy, that will be, what kind of conversation would you be having if you and your specific person were together? Maybe you're talking to your friends about, gosh, you know, I can't believe we've been together, you know, years already. And I remember when, How about I remember when? I don't think many people use that. I remember when me and my SP were just like pen pals and we had this distance, and now look at us. Now look how everything worked out for us. Look at how we're together in this loving relationship, and it worked out better than I could ever imagine. Like, how does that feel? You know, that's the kind of thing you want to be looking for. There's so many here. Hi, Rose of Aphrodite. Nice to see you alive. I've been doing conscious manifestation for 7 months now, and I'm still totally in love with my SP. The universe will find a way. I trust. And I trust for you too, darling, because it just will. I mean, like I say, this is why I get you guys to share your success stories and share your SP success stories. And it seems that it does trigger some people or freak some people out, but you shall not be silenced. You know, it's just, the law just is, you know, it just is. And so if you love your SP and you want a relationship with them, as long as it doesn't affect you guys mentally and it doesn't affect your mental well-being, then go for it, because you can, you know. I posted one about manifesting for another person, Athena. If you want me to post again, it's quite cute. Yeah, Bibo, did you, where did you post it, hun? Did you post it in the comments or did you email it to me? I mean, remember, you guys, if your success story is quite succinct, concise, put it in the comment section of my videos. Okay, I always read the comment section. You know, I always respond to at least 95% of your comments. I don't get notified of all of them, obviously, but I love to see them. The one that I shared last Friday, she was someone who just shared her success story in a comment, and I was fascinated by it because I was like, what is this, cattle ranch? And you know, what is that? How did you, you know, so I asked her specifically, I said, can you email me the rest of this success story? I'd love to hear how you did it. And then she emailed me, and then I asked her for more information because she also manifested like money and other things. I was like, give me some more details. And that's when, you know, she's also sent the second part of it as well. So I want to share as many of your successes as possible because I love it. I love it. And I love reading them as well. Because do you think that I don't get inspired by them because I've been doing this for so long? You're wrong. I love them. And I never tire of hearing how many different ways the bridge can unfold. And like I said, I'm human as well, guys. Like, I do get triggered. Joe and I do get triggered. We manifest together. We manifested some insane, incredible things. And there's more that we want to be able to share with you. But until the bridge unfolds completely, we're waiting for that. But there's been some incredible things. We still get triggered. We still have our moments when we're skeptical and we're sad, don't we, darling?
Yes, we do.
You know?
This is true. I'm always skeptical and sad.
So you should be. You should always be skeptical and sad around me.
So is Coco.
So is the little bean. He had a bath. Not Joseph, the dog.
I don't bathe.
He doesn't bathe. Can I show your dirty self to everybody then in that case?
I have another call.
Do you?
Yeah.
And you're coaching in a bit, honey.
Yeah, in like 5-10 minutes.
Some people were asking after you.
Well, hello.
Hi,
hello,
peeps.
Clarice.
Hello, Clarice.
It's good to see you again. Yara, what's up? Callista.
So where did you share it? Oh, what? That's all the comments are jumping for joy. And who knows, maybe they'll be by those lakes 2 weeks later, he told me. Oh, Bibu, that's the story that you're trying to share. Where's the beginning of it, or was it? Do you know what? There's so many comments. My SP butt dialed me today, which was such a massive movement for me because we've been in no contact for months. Do you know what? Was that Rachel Fionn? The same thing happened. Oh, thank you so much, Jules. Best fairy godmother ever. I love her so much. Rachel Fionn, you know what you said about the butt dial? That happened to one of my clients as well. She had butt dialed him, I think it was either once or twice. And then when he confronted her about it, because they were like no contact, she was like, oh, no, I didn't mean to and stuff. So he was like, fine, delete my number. He actually asked her to delete the number and stuff so that it doesn't happen again. And he's the one that had was still having negative inner conversations with her, and that's why she was taking a while to come in. And then afterwards, when he realized that, he switched up the inner conversation, started having nicer ones, and then she got in touch. You see, I don't think there's no such thing as accidental butt dial and stuff. See, it's all perfect part of the bridge.
Well, absolutely. Like,
So
yeah, movement.
that's like huge movement right there. So Bieber, so you were saying like, where is the story?
I think I'm in trouble. I don't know if I can release a video today.
What time is it? Oh no, it's going to be late for you,
what
darling.
What time is it? It's already 6 after 9. I have a call in like 9 minutes. That will go until 9:45. And then maybe I can do a live after, possibly for like a short one. Maybe.
Yeah, you're thinking to do a live.
Yeah, because what else am I gonna do? I guess I could also just not release a video, or do a short one. I could do a short one.
What do you guys think?
What do you guys think? Should I do a short live? What should I do? Maybe I should look at you. Maybe I should
Look at this cute little face.
I gotta shave, huh?
Look what I manifested here. Is it normal to be bummed to live in the 3D? Imagination is home. The scenes are so real and great. I want to be there 24/7. When I come out of the act, I'm sad I can't stay there, but I have to. Well, Kelly, I love you. Bless. She's my girl in Texas, isn't it, Kelly, or something like that? I know she's somewhere hot because I'm often asking for her to send me some sunshine. But Kelly, darling, like, yes, it is normal. We're human. I was just telling everyone about this expectation to be positive all the time, the expectation that you're only ever going to have positive things happen just because you know about the Lord, just because you're manifesting good things. You know.
Yeah, no, we were just talking about that. You and we were talking about that yesterday, because some people literally think that we are, that we're perfect. I think that's the projection. People assume that we have perfect lives, that nothing is hard. We just blink 3 times and $1 million appears in my bank account, and then blink twice more and $1 million in yours. Yes.
There it is.
Cha-ching.
I better check.
Got a vibration on my
where's my banking app?
But
wouldn't it be amazing if that was the case?
Well, it could be, I suppose, but it's not the case. I mean, what I was saying yesterday was, my mind has a million cajillion assumptions, beliefs, and then there's a gajillion bridges unfolding too in my life. So it would be, I suppose, first of all, what's really, what I should say before that is, like, nothing is bad in and of itself, right? So, like, in my life, everything that happens is always towards some epic ending. I have realized that. That is an absolute fact of life. And the power that manifests has no judgment of right and wrong in and of itself. So everything that happens is perfect. It will perfectly get you your ending. So I suppose it's a very limited mindset to assume that things are bad and good in the first place. Over years of manifesting, I have completely validated that there is nothing that is bad. Literally, you could say that's a screwed up way of thinking. I don't really I don't care, because sincerely, like, and I get that from the people that I love as well. They will say, "What's wrong with you? Why don't you see that this is bad?" Because I know everything is working out perfectly. There's the verse, all things work together for good. All things, every single thing. And there's another verse that says, nothing is unclean except to him that believes it is unclean. Meaning anything manifested is perfect. Everything and even bridges, those intermediary steps are considered manifestations. All of those are perfect. And then you could say, if you're bringing it to my level on what I want to experience in my life, maybe I don't want to, for screwed up things to happen, because sometimes being in pain sucks. But you could say there's a billion beliefs in the mind. And for anyone to change every belief to make sure that every single thing is You can't even do
You
that.
can't.
It doesn't even make sense.
It
doesn't
will
fit,
never
actually.
be perfect.
Yeah, it doesn't
And
fit.
actually, and that's what I said in the video that I will post next. If you've been triggered, good, because sometimes you will find that these negative, right, but neutral, but you know what, these incidences that occur that cause you discomfort and pain are actually the best things that could have happened to you, because it is from that pain that you grow, are reborn. You know, like I say, I've managed to manifest some of the most incredible things in my life coming out of some sort of trauma or hardship or something that pushed me into action as well. Like I say, it's not always going to be like that, but it can be like that as well.
I think I'm going to move mine till tomorrow, by the way.
Your
I think
video,
that's what I'm going to do.
that's a good
That's what I'm
idea.
gonna do,
That's a good idea, actually. And then you're not rushing and stuff. And in a way, you've kind of done something tonight. You could tell your peeps.
My peeps,
Here it
go
is.
check it out on
You want to see
Athena's
his face?
channel.
There it is.
Athena. Yes.
The Athena's channel,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So, but yeah, don't worry, Kelly. It's very normal to be bummed out. Of course, you're going to be, and it's not a bad thing. But spend some time being kind with yourself. You guys are not kind to yourselves. Me the same. I need to naughty.
I work better being not kind to myself, I think. That's how I motivate myself to do things. I'll just affirm that I'm a failure, and then it forces myself to not be a failure. I'm like, oh no, I can't be a failure anymore. So that's how I trick myself into winning.
Don't do self-hate affirmations.
You can go to my TikTok though. Go to my TikTok though. I think I have like 4.5 videos on there. And I have a self-hate video, and it's actually it sounds absurd, but it is actually true. So I'm not going to say much more. If you want to go to it, that's on your own time.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious in its stupidity.
Yes,
but it is true. It is true. And you did a really good one.
Much.
You did a really good one with Bean as well, which is always fun.
Oh my God! Yeah, if you want to see the Bean actually taught me how to manifest. Honestly, so if you go to my TikTok, it's actually Bean's video, right, Beanie? Yes, see, he knows.
Come on, baby.
Take a
Show everyone. You just had your bath, didn't you?
Yes, look at his handsome guy. Look, look at him. Look at him. Look over there.
He needs to get.
Look, what's this? Look, what's that? Look, Mufasa. Oh, he's
the
such a good
circle.
boy. What time is it? Do I have my call now in 2 minutes?
Nearly quarter past. So Kitty has had a lot of Brazilian butt lifts.
Who has?
She's had BBLs, and now things are super quiet. Kitty loves wheat, but that's okay. Remember, a lot of stuff is happening behind the scenes. You don't know that your SP is thinking about you right now, or dreaming about you, or upset. Like, honestly, I didn't know half of what was going on with my SP. Did I? I don't know half of what's going on with you, but things are happening, right? How do you do inner conversations? I think I'm doing them wrong. Tanya.
First person perspective.
Always.
You can do many different ways. So you use them too. I use them
all the time
to manifest more than anything else, besides writing down. Writing down is just so easy. I just do that. But for me, and then I got to go to I have a call. For me, if I'm going to do an inner conversation, the best way to put it is to choose someone who you trust, and that's the person you're going to converse with, and they're going to compliment you, or you are going to tell them about the good news. And so a back and forth exchange, quick. This is my own interpretation of it that works very well for me. And I'll have her tell me what I want to hear. I don't know. Choose a desire.
When so as part of our unfolding, inadvertently, I did an inner conversation with Joseph, because obviously years ago when I had emailed him after I had imagined, whatever, us together, what it'd be like to know him, I was compelled then to email him. And of course, back then, he didn't respond to my email. Fast forward 4 or 5 years later, and that's when I then messaged you on Instagram, thanks to someone telling me, oh yeah, why don't you do a collaboration? Do it with Joseph or do it with this other person. And I reached out to Joseph, and I was like, all right, I'm going to message him on Instagram. I didn't know that he was going to respond. But what I did then was I did an inner conversation with him, and I was hearing us having this conversation, laughing, joking, and that it gone really well. It just made me feel really good. And I think it was like an hour or something later that I then checked my Instagram, and there was a message from him asking if we could chat or if we could call or something. It was like straight in there. So it's always after the fact, after your wish has been fulfilled. And it's always like you can always hear the conversation. I mean, you're having the conversations all the time, you know.
But we are doing it all the time. Think of
all the time.
Think of an example of a person who aggravates you and that you're just so infuriated with. You're arguing with them. That's an example of an inner conversation. Also, I saw something scroll up real fast. They asked, "Can you imagine your specific person in third person perspective?" I can't do first person. Yes, you can. What you're saying is that it's difficult for you to do it, or you're saying you don't want to put in the effort to do it because it's hard. And I say that because that used to be me, and I say that because that's a lot of my clients, and they say, first, now the trend is I can't visualize, which yes, you can. If you can do anything, you can do that. But point is practice. Don't do it in third person unless you want someone else to walk away with your lover. I've seen it.
To put the fear of God into people.
I've seen it.
True.
Yeah,
Joseph has to.
I do put the fear of God in them.
Joseph has to go to his coaching session, so he's unable to continue this. I don't know if I should carry. Excuse me, I don't know if I should carry on much longer because I don't know how long lives are really meant to be, and also you don't want to get too much information lost, or do you? I mean, you're going to be working. Is everyone all right to chill for a bit longer? Are you all good? Has anyone got any plans? Is anyone going
order? Should we order food now? Should I order?
How long are you going to be?
I don't know. I should go check.
Yeah, as long as it's before everything closes. Gay Andrew says she listens to both of us all the time. In Australia, good day. Yes.
It is 30 minutes long.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, that's okay.
All right, I'm going to get in this call now. Bean, be a good boy.
They hear wedding bells.
I do put the fear of God on people. Sorry, not sorry.
I know you do.
You only get the truth. You will only get the truth from me. I don't put fluff in this.
No, neither of us do, because we've been on this journey, and you guys might as well know the truth. And the truth is, it's not always going to be airy-fairy. And the truth is that unexpected things are going to happen that could derail you and trigger you. And the truth is, you are going to have days that you feel crap. And the truth is that you can all imagine. And the truth is, like, there's loads of truth. You can move mountains, okay? But we're never. It's not about clickbait and stuff here on my channel and on Josie's, because both of us speak from personal experience, and that's why we share a lot of our personal experience. And that's how you know. It's not just about regurgitating the law. It's like, who is actually sharing personal experience and facts? You know what's possible, right? Yep, green sneak. Yeah, this will be saved. This will be saved. I think it automatically saves anyway. Yes, Sailor, have good, like, inner conversations, like you're already committed. Absolutely. Mary, yeah, keep going. Keep going, Stephanie says. All right, all good? You guys all want to hang out with me, huh? So you guys are not, it's Friday night. Why haven't you got your glad rags on? Well, for some of you, it won't be. For some of you, it'll be Friday early hours. And for some of you, it will be probably Friday afternoon, maybe. In which case, all right, you're forgiven, because you're probably going to go clubbing later, right? Maybe. Okay, so where am I? There's so many. Should I send that question again? It was super chat. Yes, please, Bibu. Yes, please. I do apologize, because I'm very much struggling to keep up. I love how so many of you are hanging out with me tonight. You guys, this is awesome. Thank you for spending the time with me. Exactly, Tracy C. As Neville says, don't go to bed angry. That's why they said don't ever go to bed on an argument. And that includes your inner conversations. Don't you be having your arguments with your SP before you go to bed now, guys. Oh, Samantha, you're multitasking, huh? She's at work. I love it when people are at work and stuff and they're listening to me. I'm like, I want to say something really ridiculous, or I want to kind of try and throw them off or make them burst out laughing, just so that they look like a crazy person in the office, smirking to themselves. Oh. So what if you? I'm not sure I get that. I sent a super chat. It doesn't show up? Anon. Why? I mean, I tell you what, honey, don't even ask me when it comes to Technology? Don't ask. I do not know. So where are we? The Tinica, we are together for 9 years. Wow. That was like me and my last relationship was 9 years. I always had like, this is the ironic thing about, like assumptions, essentially what they do to us. That I was always in long-term relationships, always. And yet, before I met Joseph and stuff, I was like, oh, maybe I'm just not designed for long-term relationships. Maybe I'm just not marriage material and stuff. Because I never really was interested in marriage, never wanted it. That's why I never sort of manifested, like my end with my SPs that I manifested back were never meant to be intended for long-term, like marriage and everything. But really, actually, truth be told, they were all long-term. But there I was blind to it because my assumption was like, oh, I'm not designed for long-term relationships. So you see, even with 3D proof in your face, smacking you around, oi, wake up, I'm not going to see it, because if my assumptions are not in alignment with my end results, I'm not going to see anything. And I see this so much with clients, so much, whether they're saying to me, oh, yeah, this isn't working. I'm not a success. I'm failing at this. And, SP still hasn't come in. And I'm like, are you kidding? Did you hear what you told me before? Like, you are like, you've just set up your business, and hang on, but you and your SP are like in touch, and this has been happening, that's been happening, but they don't see it. They dismiss it because of our assumptions. Our assumptions are powerful filters. That's why it's this law of assumption. And I know someone else had mentioned like law of preparation. I tell you what, people are making up laws about everything. Really, I suppose the main law we want to pay attention to is the Hermetic principles are, I would state the actual laws. So you've got the, like the law of polarity and the law of, oh my God, what is it? The one that's changing, begins with R. My mind has gone blank. But there's those sorts of laws I consider. And then, of course, this law of assumption. Then you've got the physical laws like the law of gravity and the law of vibration and that kind of thing too, which I consider as well. But these other laws that people say, law of detachment, law of vibration, law of... now we're taking it a whole nother level. But as a byproduct of shifting states, you will find yourself quite naturally, potentially, exhibiting behaviors that prepare you for your manifestation. Like I was, where I kept my clothes that were too small for me in an expectancy that I was going to fit into them again. That kind of thing. Keep your company, Steph. I will. Are you having a sick day? Constance, what's happened? It's Friday the 13th. Did you guys realize it's Friday the 13th? Is anyone doing anything for Friday the 13th? You know that whole belief if it's unlucky? My mum always said to me that Friday the 13th is actually really lucky for her, because that's, she always had good things happen. Like she passed her driving test on Friday the 13th. And there was some other thing as well that she was talking about. So isn't it funny that some people can find it really kind of scary and unlucky? And some people, you see, assumptions. What are your assumptions? So you got your glad rags on. Tiramisu, Lulu, that's like one of my favorite desserts. I'm at work for another 45 minutes. Mary J. Well, the boss is gone. Sneak, get out while you can. Marissa, you're on the beach. Oh, I would love to be on the beach right now. We are getting some sunshine. We some essence of sunshine, I should say. Friday 13th, always lucky for you, hun. It's the luckiest feminine energy. You see all these different meanings that people attach to it. All of you are saying it's a lucky day. I like that. I read somewhere earlier today that Friday the 13th was lucky, Gamey says. Today I'm hanging out with a friend that I made from your Discord. Who LT? Hanging out with a friend. What, physically? Physically hanging out with someone from the Discord chat? That's yes. Can you speak Farsi and Greek? I can. Not fluently. My Farsi is much better than my Greek. Where my Greek is like Yasu diganis, sigalag, galaf halisto, like it's the kind of the conversational stuff. Then my Persian is much better. I can understand a lot more Persian than I speak, obviously. But if I'm like salam shama khub hasti, I don't know. It's a hard thing when you're put on the spot, isn't it? So what else? What other things would you say? Man, I'm khasте shadam. It's been a long day. I'm tired. So my brain is starting to frazzle. Khubi, aha, yes, Jeffra, Khubi. My goodness, you guys speak Farsi. And you can speak Farsi, Dari, Hindi, Spanish, and Arabic. My goodness. My multicultural and multilingual family here. You guys are amazing. I love this. Khubiyatina Faye. My God. My God, I'm impressed. You guys. Oh, wait. Where did you learn Persian from? My mum is from Tehran. So I'm half Persian and I'm half Greek. How do we get onto your Discord? Yes. Conscious reclamation. There is. Discord. I'll put this descriptions in the link. Any of my recent videos as well, when you go to them, I posted the link in the comments, and it's always in the description box. Link to my website if you want to know more about coaching. Most importantly, if you want to read other people's success stories, everyone's success stories are on there. It's not about people who have just coached with me. Everyone's success stories are on there. If you want to go and just have something to read. I just want to make my community and my website all about your success. And then there's also the information on the Discord, those of you who want to join. And there's different tiers for the Discord anyway. You've got the general chat where we will help each other out. And Joseph and I are in there at least, once a day. And then you've got the next tier, which of course then involves like live group chat like every week. So we have a little live session every week, but each person gets to be heard out and have a question answered. And then we've got the next tier, which has got workshops, and it's going to have monthly hypnosis and that. So whatever you guys want, it's all there. But it's been so much fun. It's been so much fun because we've been doing some crazy manifestations for each other. I had been doing mirror work, affirmations, choosing to be the person who already has a new job, with her desired pay at her desired place, and I was fired from my current job the very next day. This is good, Waffle, because actually this resembles a story that Neville taught about, where what did he say? Like, okay, and if someone was manifesting a new career and they came to me the next day and they said that I just got fired from my job, he was like, I would not bat an eyelid. Because that was my blessing for me as well. When I was manifesting a new career, I never looked back. Got made redundant. I felt really sad about it. And then it was like so many incredible opportunities were birthed from that. Remember, a success mindset does not see obstacles. They see opportunities. Why do you think I'm trying to get all of you in a success mindset? In fact, I'm going to stop saying trying. You are all in a success mindset. That's why you're here. The very fact that you're here makes you a success by definition. There you go. You're all going to have success. Congratulations, everyone. Your wishes will all be fulfilled. Now, yeah, really, Thorn. When I said in my last video I was Greek and Persian, my jaw dropped. Where did you learn Persian from? Yeah, number 13 is one of my favorite numbers. I like this, Mark. Like 3 is like my sister's favorite. Chetori. You guys are amazing. She's got that goddess ancestry. Oh, I love you. Thank you, honey. No, there's not. It's not free Joy and Pride. The Discord group there is a paywall, but it's small. It's very, very little considering everything you get. And the reason there is a paywall is that people are more dedicated when they're actually investing in something. It's a psychological thing as well. So, but like I said, it's not much. If I think of my SP as ideal naturally in my mind, it means my inner world has shifted because I don't feel a part of my 3D now, like I don't belong there. Yeah, because we all live in imagination, all of us. I mean, think about it. There were times when all of you, every single one of you, had a desire and intention that you wanted to fill. Every single one of you did that, okay? And when you set the intention at the time, your 3D circumstances would have been saying no to you. Like, no, you don't have the money. Or, no, you don't have the skill. Maybe friends and family would have actually said to you, you know what, maybe you want to consider something else. But the likelihood is not likely. And so despite all of that, you guys still set the intention, you put your mind to it, and you just sort of stated to yourself that was going to happen somehow and you were going to get it anyway. Even if after a while you gave up, it still came to be. You would find that you weren't doing things to make it happen. You were just always living in your imagination, what you could see for yourself, the kind of place you could see yourself living in, the kind of style you could see yourself wearing, the kind of job you could see yourself working at. We've all done this before. There's no difference, Speaks to your character. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Do you know what, Mark? Joe and I have not been to the movies lately, but we do watch a lot of movies together. What did we watch? We watched You made me watch Gone Girl. Have any of you guys seen that? That was a pretty strange film. It was not what I expected at all. Very good. Not what I expected. They must feel good in some way because many people know. Very good for you. Yeah. Different levels. So where am I? Brand new Misty, brand new subscriber. Hello, babe. Welcome, Misty. There's some really cool people who have joined the channel lately. All of you are incredible. Should you start small, as Jeff said? Should you start small on the manifestation journey? So I would say, instead of having one big goal, like say you've just discovered the law and you discovered it because, let's face it, most of us discover it because we want to manifest a specific person. So say that was the reason you joined. Instead of putting everything into manifest that specific person, I do recommend that you break it up. Like I say, Joseph's channel, he breaks down something that he calls the list method that he uses to manifest little things. I'm not as organized and systematic as he is with his approach, but I do, and I have done, listed things down and noticed how they manifest or set intentions like we're doing in our Discords now. That's put me back into the let me manifest little things, because it doesn't matter how experienced you are, to be planting other seeds and seeing them manifest. It's such a it's a warmth in your heart, but it also starts to build up the faith. You can't learn this unless you experience it. I can teach you stuff all day long, but until you actually go there and put it to the test, until you, I don't know, drive that plane yourself or something, you're never really going to learn how to fly. Okay, so absolutely I recommend that. You're welcome, Tinica. Thank you so much, Great Fortune Cookie. You guys are so sweet. Hi, Sky. Is it best to focus on one method and shut off other coaches such as affirmations or visualizing? Like you, I do sats. I fall asleep. Yeah, I mean, you know what? If you fall asleep to sats, I mean, that's great. As long as you capture the feeling before you fall asleep, which is something I used to do. You know what I was imagining for fun before I met Joseph, just for love in general. And I had a specific idea in my mind of what that loving relationship would be. And I went to bed fantasizing with this person who, I don't know, I'd shaped them a certain way. And the feeling of it was, it was like a magical, ethereal, like movie love. Do you know what I mean? With the affection and the passion. And I was watching a lot of Addams Family. So Morticia and Gomez Addams was my influence, as well as Lord of the Rings. Does any of you guys watch Lord of the Rings? Aragorn and Arwen. So I was like seeing these couples and I was just like, oh, I need to capture that feeling. Like, wouldn't it be amazing? I wasn't doing it because I want to manifest this relationship. I was doing it because it just made me feel so good to fall asleep in that feeling. And I didn't realize until I met Joseph, because like I said, I already done imaginal acts for Joseph like 5 years ago or 4 years ago. But this imaginal act somehow was connected to him, because when I met him and I realized what he was and what the energy was, I started calling him my Gomez. I'd forgotten that I had even done those imaginal acts, but the way he is and the affection and the adoration and stuff, I was like, you're just like Gomez Addams. And he was like, who, what? He didn't really put two and two together. I had to show him. But always go to bed occupying the state of what you want, even if just for fun. You know, it's so much better. Do not reinfect yourself with the rubbish that happened in the day before. Please don't go to bed and take that with you. Don't impress yourself with that anymore. Changes now. Thank you, Hybrid Angel. I love you. That's me. Oh, Sarah, is that you done? Are you knackered? Have a lovely evening, Sarah. I didn't know, but I've been a visualizer since I was a kid. I mean, absolutely. You know what they say about be like little children, because children have no worries about, can I have that bike? But I don't have a job, but I don't have money. But how am I going to get it? Kids don't give a crap about that kind of stuff. They're literally like, yes, I'm already owning that shiny red bike and I'm pretending that I'm riding it now. I used to imagine and play with my mind with horses and riding horses. There was no way for me to ride a horse. Like, I was in London. Where was I going to ride a horse? And then literally a friend of mine from school owned a stables, and I wasn't actually really friends with her. So the very fact that she invited me to her birthday party was weird. But a few years in a row, she would invite me to her birthday party, and it was like I said, she owned a stables, and I got to ride a horse. First, I got to ride a Shetland pony because I'm very small, so you can imagine as a kid I was even smaller, and I was scared of the big horses. So I'm bouncing around on this Shetland pony, like really vibrating, like quite drastically bouncing around on it. And then I think I braved a horse, and then I cried. Then I stopped manifesting that I was playing with horses. So you see, all of our imaginal acts are reflected non-stop on all the bad situations. I know, Sakura, I know. It takes practice. And remember, don't label the bad situations as bad. Instead of trying to ignore it and push them out of your consciousness, just label it as good. It's good. Whatever's happening, I don't have to understand it, but this is working towards my higher good. Even if your SP went off with a third party, great. Because right now what they're doing is they're experiencing what it's like to be with someone else, and that someone else is not me, and they're not going to measure up to me, and then they're going to realize and they're going to make this comparison. That's exactly what happened. When my first SP came back, first of all, guys, he was not conformed fully. He came back loving me and missing me and all of that, but he was still on drugs. He still wasn't the conformed version that I had envisaged, right? You know, he came and spent the evening here, lovely evening we spent chatting, catching up and stuff. And then the next day he went and back to being blocked off again, back to the third party, back to like nothing had happened for a few months. And you know, that was devastating at the time, but it was perfect because my bridge of events unfolded that he had to go back. Because first of all, he had to get a few things, but secondly, they needed to have a really bad breakup, and the second time around he was not going to be thinking to himself, oh, I should have given it another try, what if it could work? It was like, you know what, you gave it another try and it still didn't work, you made the right decision. And that was like part of the bridge. So a lot of people would have been like, oh my god, my SP came in and then he left, like what the hell, it's not working out for me. No, it was working out perfectly. I mean, at the time you couldn't have told 20 something year old me that it's all right, Athena, it's all working out. You're kidding me? I was so mad. I was so mad at the time, but it was working out perfectly. Okay, so try not to see it as bad situations. So see it that I don't understand it, but it's working out somehow. Morticia and Gomez are couples goals. It really is, like wicked little old me. I always say that they were my couples goals. Yeah. I trust that everyone here will manifest all their dreams, and they will, because this is the Academy of Success. That's why I was thinking if I should name this channel Academy of Success, because I'm not hearing it. You guys are all going to succeed in all your dreams, because also I'm setting out the intentions too. That's why I'm getting so many people sharing with me success. My world is actually saturated with people's successes, little successes, big success. Like literally, I have so many people coming to me with updates, random people as well that I've never spoken to before, even people on the streets that I meet that telling me incredible things. They don't even know about manifestation and what they're sharing to me. Even the guy that I had come to do my kitchen recently and fix the wall and paint and decorate, do you know his job was only supposed to take a day and a half? He was here for 3 days because Joseph and I were like talking to him. He was telling me all this stuff. I was like, it's a manifestation. Been manifesting it. And yeah, really opened his eyes to a lot of things. He was fascinated. Oh, really? Yeah, Return of the Mac. Yeah, you see, there you go. She plays Wednesday. Third parties never compatible. It reminds them that they're not you. I love that, Lulu. Exactly. And you decide that. You know, you decide that. They are there to remind, like third parties, any obstacle, whatever it is, any competition, we created that. We created that by saying they're competition. They're not. They're not against you. No one's fighting against you. Even the horrific people that I have come across, which is rare. I'm surrounded, actually blessed. Thank you, guys. I'm surrounded by beautiful, incredible, talented, intelligent, lovely, diverse people on this channel. Like, it's such a blessing. That was always my dream. That was always my intention. That's why you will see trolls or anything like that actually in my community, because that's how strong my intention is for a loving, successful community. That doesn't mean that trolls and negative people cease to exist, though. They will continue to exist, but they're less so in my world. But what it does mean is that when they do come into my world, how I perceive them and how I use them to my advantage just keeps on propelling me to more success. I mean, it was due to horrific, jealous trolls that I got my website set up, and I made a space dedicated to all of you, every single person here, space dedicated to all of you to share your success story, to have a voice. Because like I said, you're going to be silenced otherwise, because you're going to be told that no, this is nonsense. No, it doesn't work. No, you're a failure and stuff, and don't believe what it. You know what? No, don't be silenced. I'm giving you my platform. I'm giving you every Friday on my channel. It's for you. It's yours. It's yours. You want me to read out a story? Like, send me your success. I will read it. Thank you so much. Is it Chili? Thank you so much for the donation, darling. You guys are ever so sweet, ever so generous. And like I say, if you're sending donations with the intention of me answering a question or something, please let me know. Let me know. What's your questions? And I love this. Can you help me understand that we really can manifest? It's just hard for me to believe as I believe in God. I understand that, Matty. And there's a lot of Christians and stuff as well who are in the community who do believe in God as a separate entity, a separate deity to themselves. And I mean, we still all manifest. Your faith doesn't have to get in the way of it. You can always still incorporate it, okay? It doesn't have to work at odds against it. I know law of assumption is essentially that our inner being, our higher self, like we are all God, you know, God is within us, temple of God is within us, all of this is it's within, so we are that, you know. But even if we have it as a separate thing, that's a bit more like law of attraction. And so you're like, okay, you know, God has my back, God is guiding me, that's still quite a comforting way to look at it. You can still see it like that. And what you're doing is you're praying. Like, religious people call it prayer. Scientific people call it placebo effect. The CIA have been calling it patterning. What other things? Spirituality calls it manifestation. There's so many names for this, and no one denies its existence. We just have different vernacular for it. That's all it is. Psychology and neurology will call it reticular activating system, confirmation bias. That's all it is, guys. If we stop seeing this as some sort of woo-woo magic and that, maybe we'll be a bit more grounded to trying it. But you are going to encounter miracles. You are going to encounter incredible things as well that can't always be explained too. Thank you. Go Calm ASMR. I love that. Thank you. Your assumption of everyone getting success in their manifestation journey is such a good way to propel our individual manifestations. And it will, because as I always say to my clients, I'm always right. So when I tell you you're getting success, you're getting it. That's like my belief. So you can all do it. You can all do it. I'm a bit behind. So thank you again. Chili, did you donate again? You are so sweet. Visualizing. So they call me Matty, just stated that visualizing is very hard for them. And I get that. Many people have self-diagnosed themselves with a condition called aphantasia, where they feel like their inner eye, you know, doesn't work. They can't visualize things. Now, the idea, especially as a hypnotist, is that everyone can imagine, everyone can see in their imagination. And the way that you can test this is if you just sort of close your eyes, and if you were to tell me, if I was to say to you, can you describe to me your front door, or can you describe to me what your mother looks like, you will all be able to reflect that back to me, which says to me that you can all see and visualize. Sometimes it just takes a bit of practice. But what I would recommend in the interim is maybe utilize other facets of your imagination. You've got touch, taste, smell, feeling, right? So you've got these other senses. Use them. Auditory senses. Yeah, use them. Because sometimes I don't see clearly. Sometimes I do an inner conversation, to be honest. And pray also did cleansing and attracted a new SP. Oh. Wait, guys. Lisa, I have to ask, if Joseph didn't move to where you live, would you move to him? You know what, Lisa? No, I wouldn't have done. It wasn't part of my journey, and I've got other intentions that make it at this current time and probably for the foreseeable near future integral for me to stay here. Plus, I have a phobia of flying, which I'm trying to manifest gone. What's interesting is I always just accepted that because I didn't need to fly anywhere and stuff. But it's only now in meeting Joseph that that's jet propelling my desire to, I'm overcoming this phobia. And what happened was, how many of you were on Vinted? How many of you use the app Vinted to sell clothes? I sold an item of clothing to this sweet girl, and she and I, for some bizarre reason, have become like really good friends. And she just happened to tell me she is petrified of flying and that she wants to do this flying course, where you go on this course and they take you on a small flight and they teach you all about the workings of the plane. It's supposed to help you, right? I hear a lot of positive things about it. And she was like, I don't want to go alone. You know, are you interested? And I was like, I have a fear of flying. I would definitely come with you to that because it's not the kind of thing that I would have done on my own. So the fact that I can go with someone else who's scared. So do you see how my bridge is unfolding? But you can see why Joseph's ex, for example, had to be someone who suffered with a severe, like, was it psychotic tendencies and stuff? I know he mentioned that as well. And it's funny that many people got a bit triggered that, you know, he called his ex like a psychotic and that, but she genuinely had that condition. She was even self admitting that she had, I can't remember the two disorders that she had. I'd have to ask him again, but she was perfect. She was perfect, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. Because although, shame, she had to put him through such trauma, what was brilliant about her was that she put him through a trauma that meant that he was quite happy to leave the US. So whereas before he might not have been happy to make that move, thanks to her, he was quite happy to move over here. And so I wouldn't have to, because I wasn't going to go there anytime, you know, I wasn't going to fly. And also I'm very attached to my family here. And also I have other manifestations, like I say, I have to be in this country for. So it worked out perfectly. You see, like I say, your bridge takes care of everything. And although we might not understand it at the time and it's traumatic at the time, everything works for the greater good. Everything, even the negative people or the abusive people, or they play a very important part. So, so yeah, I wouldn't have gone. I wouldn't have gone. But I will one day go to visit. I will. You never went on an air flight before? Yeah. I mean, I was very scared. Was it schizoaffective? It might have been, actually, Constance. It might have been. I know she had extreme paranoia and stuff, like I say. But there was that, and there was something else. There was another condition as well. I just can't remember. Sharon, where have you been, girl? I tried to message you. Hi, is daydreaming? Oh, daydreaming different? No difference, except when we're daydreaming as opposed to actually consciously visualizing something. It's daydreaming is a little bit more like passive, isn't it? It's less controlled. If I sit down and I imagine with intention, that's the only difference, really. But to be fair, I mean, it's an imaginal act. And if I'm relaxed and I'm daydreaming of what it would be like and that, then that's no different to me doing any sort of imaginal act and impressing my subconscious mind. It's all the same things. Yet I just assumed you will read my comment, and right then you read it out. Instant manifestation. Go calm. Yeah. And you did it again. Lee Mendes, robotic affirmations. Are you a fan? Personally, I'm not. I'm not, hun. It's because I had studied hypnosis and psychology. For me to change my beliefs would require me to do a lot, right? Should I demonstrate for you guys why I personally don't use robotic affirmations? And I know a lot of people do, and there have been some reports of success. Well, first of all, I'm lazy. I'm not going to be sitting there affirming, you know, thousands and thousands of times a day, because for me, I like to just live my life. I like to just get on. I like to actually try and forget about it if I can. But say, for example, I want to change. Need help sending questions? Yeah, absolutely, sassy girl. Hold on one second, right? So Say for example, I want to change my belief about what color grass is. And I say to you guys, okay, what color do you think grass is? The first answer that comes to a lot of you is that it is green. That's what we're taught at school. That's probably what we see most of. The grass is green. That's, no different from any other belief that you might have that was instilled in you since childhood. And that's your dominant place. But remember, creation is finished. So every shade of grass is in existence now. But my belief is that it's green. Okay, so if I said to you, can you affirm the grass is blue, the grass is blue, the grass is blue, the grass is blue, the grass is blue? How many times do you think you would have to affirm that before you start believing that, before you start accepting that as your new sort of go-to? It could be quite a lot of times. And like I said, I'm too lazy for that. So my preference is to be like, I close my eyes and I imagine myself in this lush, beautiful field. And I can see the grass swaying in the breeze underneath the glorious night sky. And I can see that underneath the night sky, the grass is a beautiful shade of blue. And I can feel it and I can touch it. And I can experience that. And so in that experience, I'm more open to the perception of grass being blue. Even if I did it in a daylight scene and I was like, the grass was so rich, so deep in its color, so lush that it's almost blue, that it looks a shade of blue. I'm still more inclined to believe that and to feel that. And so that's what it is. It's like feeling is the secret. So what gets me to feel it? Imagine or act. Where were you, hon? I know that you said you were going to send me a question because I had someone send me where are you, hon? Someone sent a super chat and they said they were going to ask me a question. Sassy gal. I haven't missed your question, have I, honey? I hope. Where are you? I can't see you. Oh, where are you? I was doing repeat affirmations. I managed to get my SP back, but he wasn't how I was affirming. Now we aren't speaking again. So that might be why. You see, when people affirm obsessively, what they're doing is they're bringing their attention and focus on the SP and what they're not doing, and I'm affirming it, and I'm just lying to myself, and it can sometimes actually exacerbate stress. And it's another reason I don't use affirmations, is because I've seen how many people it has damaged in terms of, because people who teach about using affirmations don't consider the mental health aspect, that some people have severe anxiety, some people have OCD. For some people, it exacerbates OCD. So why am I going to potentially do something like that and destroy someone's life that way? So it's putting all your focus and attention on there. People are affirming out of fear, and we're not trying to change them. We're not trying to change them. We're trying to change ourselves. And you change yourself by feeling yourself to be that now. It's a specific mood, a sensation, a feeling, right? It's not an emotion, but it feels a certain way. Like to be wealthy feels a certain way. So I would say if the affirmations are not working for you, just try and imagine what it would be like to have your desire now. Ask yourself that question. What would it feel like if you had your desire now? Can you trust that they are that they are conforming to that they can fulfill that, right? That's what you should be asking yourself. I've been on the SP, so Sassy Gal, I've been on the SP manifestation journey for a couple of years. He was a friend who knew I loved him. He got married and he cut contact. I know what we have is special. I can't give up on it, but I can't live in the, and I think, is that meant to be end? Where has it gone? Where's the rest of the question? Where's the rest of it? I'm so sorry about this. Can't find the rest of it. But I think what you're saying, darling, is about, obviously your SP is now married and has moved on, and you've been on it a couple of years, right? He got married and he cut contact. So remember, first of all, we never we're never in no contact. Okay, if we are one, if the imaginal conversations that I'm having, the inner conversations I'm having is actually, imagination is the source of everything, then I have to trust that that inner conversation I'm having is an actual conversation that I am having with my SP, and that it is being heard. So first of all, I can't say that we're, no contact. Maybe in the 3D, okay, there's no physical contact, but we don't know what's going on behind closed doors, right? Oh, I think you put more. So I find it hard to live in the end consistently. I would do meditation and that would put me in the feeling, but then all weird thoughts would come in. So Sassy girl, you have to ask yourself, okay, so what's the thoughts? Remember, thoughts are a manifestation of your state. That's why we don't want to change our thoughts, flip our thoughts, affirm over thoughts. No, they're a manifestation. They're 3D. We're not here to manipulate 3D, but we use the 3D as a mirror, as a guidance. So if my thoughts are weird, are not in alignment with my end result, at least are not in harmony with my end result, then there's something about me that is struggling to have a level of conviction about this end. And sometimes all that takes is a little bit of persistence, so like a little bit of a perseverance with it. Maybe stepping into that state a few times more. Maybe that's what it takes. Maybe there's some really strong limiting beliefs you have here. There's too much history. There's too much gone on. There's too much that you know and believe about this person. We don't know what's going on in their life. And at the same time, what do you want? Ask yourself, what do you truly want at the end of this? What does it look like to be true? What do you want in a relationship, in a partner? Do you want someone who is already married? I can't lie to you and say, oh, you can't have it. He's married and everything. You can. With the law and everything, you can. I've seen that enough times. And, some people get upset about that because it's like, oh, morals and that. You know what? Morals are man-made and everyone's morals are different. All I'm here to do is to teach you guys the truth. What you do with it is up to you. And if you decide that, okay, I don't care if he's married or whatever and that, then you set your goal only is to set the intention. Whatsoever you desire, believe you've received it and you shall. But if your thoughts are not in alignment with it, you want to check those thoughts. You want to listen to them. You want to find out what beliefs are causing you to have those thoughts and work through those, okay? Which is the most common thing for a lot of people. Donald, I think you're the best always. I miss my ex-girlfriend. I want her back. I've been manifesting for ages and nothing has happened yet. Donald, remember what I said. It's not about obtaining anything from the outside. So we can't say it's not happened yet. It's happening now. As soon as I have stated I am this, as soon as I have owned this, as soon as I have stepped into the state of it, it's happening immediately. As soon as you put a seed in the ground and you plant it, starts to germinate instantly. Do I know? Am I aware of it? Can I see it? Can I see anything from above the ground? No. And I probably can't see anything for a while. Does that mean it's not happening? Think of your manifestations this way. You've basically planted this beautiful seed. Let it grow. That's why it's about leave it alone and let it grow. Plant it in the ground, let it grow. And it will always come back to you. Like I said, it will always find a way back to you. That's what I say, it will always find a way back to you. Even if it's going to grab you and be like, look, and put you through some sort of trauma, it will find a way to make you realize your manifestations. What about a daily rampage? Do you know what? I don't even know what that is, Faye. I remember a client had said that not a client. I don't even know if she was a client. I can't remember now. I don't think she was. I think she was just someone who shared her success story that I read out. And she said she did rampage affirmations and it cracked me up because I was like, what the hell is that? It sounded really drastic, what is that? Rampage to me means angry. Is that what it means? I have no idea. Any of these new fancy methods and techniques, I think I'm still very traditional in many senses, but you've got to understand I've been doing this a long time and I use very traditional methods. And then on top of that, I use psychology as well to make the shift. So half of these techniques I've never used or I've never heard of. But I have the right mindset to sustain at that time, Lulu. And, it's all a learning game for you guys. You guys are developing, you're growing, you're finding out what's working for you. Gemma, I managed to live in the end and have conviction for 3 weeks. And every time I fall down into lack, upset, it's not here, no movement cycle, 2 years without progress. Yeah, but you don't know, Gemma. You don't know that there's no progress, right? What are we judging? When we say that there's no progress, what are we judging by? What my 5 earthly senses can pick up, but I'm not telepathic. I'm not able to see through reality, where I can see what my SP is doing. Why is it saying I've gone live now? Did it lose connection for a moment? So we can't say there's no movement. Movement's immediate. Movement is always, you know. Yara Robotic made me feel like I don't have it, and that's very common. That's very common as well. Athena, don't go on the Hulk rampage. What is the Hulk? Is it like the Hulk rampaging? Geetanjali, what did you ask me, Geetanjali? I mean, I'm so swamped with messages here, and I love you guys, but I'm trying my best. I'm trying to see names that I don't see, so that I can answer them. I did the I am hypnosis recently, and I feel absolutely invincible. Thank you, Ria. Thank you, babe. That is truly powerful. If you want to strip yourself of all the limiting beliefs, do that I am hypnosis. Like, you guys, I am giving this stuff to you for free. This live is my free time. You know, I've spent like 2 hours on this live answering as many questions. I'm not everything. I'm giving it to you on a plate. Take it. That I am hypnosis is a hypnosis. There are no coaches out there, manifestation coaches out there, who have the experience and credentials and the knowledge of 3 modalities of therapy like I do. I've not seen anyone like that. This is actual hypnosis. It's not meditation. And if I utilize NLP methods, I will use NLP. I will use what do you call it, like Ericksonian hypnosis style as well. I will put you in a trance, and I will get you to just release yourself and just release yourself of it, because it feels good to do it. So I am strips you of all the limiting beliefs and brings you down to your very core I am, in which you can place any label that you want for yourself. It's like starting with a blank canvas, you know. Then I've got an SP manifestation one, a wish fulfilled one, a revision one. I get so much success with that. NLP is incorporated in that. Like I say, you will not find another one like it. Why do you think I get so much success? People revise negative circumstances. It's essentially reframing it so that it doesn't hold you back, so that you can go ahead and you can be like, you know what, whatever's happened, but there's my wish fulfilled. And I'm going to go and I'm going to occupy that state of wish fulfilled because I can. Because that's essentially what you're doing. It's because you can. It's because you choose to do it. Choose to do it for yourself. Exactly. You guys are amazing. I've never manifested an SP on purpose before. I feel secure, but I'm wondering because I've never done it before. But you know what, Christina? It's a first time for everything. I mean, my very first SP manifestation was when I just, you know, I'd not long, I suppose, discovered the law, was just starting to put things to the test. But you know what? I had like an inner knowing in my heart as well that he was going to come back, and that really, really helped me. Need clarity for a young guy to me feel connected, but recently we chatted a bit, but has ghosted me. Seems to be depression. I'm not sure I understand that. So we're saying that we're obviously looking at all the reasons we can't have it, like they're a younger person and it's been years and he's ghosted me, and depression and single mom, and this isn't what you want. Why we're focusing on all of what seems to be all of the obstacles in the way. There seems to be a list of reasons, Geetanjali, that is a list of reasons why you can't have your desire right there, you know, in one comment. When you said about morals, my parents and SP have been talking to me about that lately. Lulu, yeah. I mean, morals, like I say, it is man-made. And some people have very strong morals about certain things, and some people have strong morals about other things. And again, it is all up to the individual. It is all up to the individual. But that's why when Neville teaches about the law, he says that, you know, to say that you can't manifest something bad for someone would not be true, because you can. It's whatsoever you desire and stuff, believe you've received it, right? Would not be true, but you're asked not to. You're asked not to. You know, you do for others what you would have done unto you. So it's saying, all right, so Rampage affirmation, saying a bunch of different affirmations and a motivational, okay, if it's including emotions and stuff, I must imagine I'd probably feel quite exhausted. Like I say, I'm quite lazy with my manifesting. For me, path of least effort is least resistance, and most success. And I have a lot of things to prove it, as you can see. As you can see, you just have to look at me and my life and the things I share with you guys to know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it there, because I just realized we're at the 2-hour mark. So I think that's long enough. And I think we're going to get some food, because it's 10 o'clock at night and it's way past my dinner time. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Can I just take a moment to thank all of you for being here tonight, to thank all of you for participating, for all of you supporting each other. You've been talking to each other in the comments. You've been ever so sweet, talking to me with your questions as well. You with your donations too. Those of you who are sharing your success story. Listen, please take a moment, share your success. I want you to get into a mindset of success, because in order for you to share a success, you need to become aware of successes in your life. What happens? You become aware of another, aware of another. Guess what? Before you know it, I'm in the state of success. What else can I take on? Bring it on, world. I'm ready. And that's what I'm doing for you guys. Okay. That's why I know you're going to be a success, but it's not enough for me to tell you you are it. I need you to work with me. Get into the state of success. Use my channel for that. That's what it is here for. I keep dedicating comment section, my website every Friday. It's dedicated to you. I'm giving all of you a voice. My channel is your voice. It's not just my voice, it's your voice too. Have it, use it, please. I love you all. Have a, I need a drink. I love you all. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Friday the 13th, okay? And I'll see you all in the next live, in the next video on Tuesday. See those of you who are in the Discord chat, see you there. And hugs and kisses, everyone. I will catch you very, very soon. Okay, take care. And I don't even know how do you close this? There we go. I'll figure this out somehow. All the best. Bye.